Good evening, people. This is Craig, and welcome back. Tonight, we're going to talk about Vechain. Now, yesterday's episode was about Binance, and I shot from the hip. I wanted to get that episode out quickly because Binance was a rocket ship to the moon, and I wanted to talk to people about it before it was 2 or 3 days later. And also, there was that extra thing of Coinbase having its IPO tomorrow, which is really, really important for Binance. So if you haven't seen that episode, go back and check it out. I want to talk again about Binance in a little way in a second. But first, just to give you a tip of what's going on, tonight is Vechain. I'll explain all about Vechain. It's a really amazing utility coin, and it's getting adopted by so many top 500 companies. It's amazing. So anyway, stay tuned for that. But I want to reflect back on yesterday's episode for a second, because here I was going on gushing about Binance and how I love Binance as a trading thing. And then I thought, well, don't be me. Don't do what I did. I just decided, oh yeah, I like Binance. I've done a bunch of research. I originally put my money in Kraken. I think I talked about that last night. I put my money in Kraken because Binance wouldn't even accept fiat currencies back when I started in 2018. So I had to put it into Kraken, which wasn't easy. I had to wire money from my bank in Canada to a bank in Japan or somewhere. I don't know where it was. It wasn't anywhere near me. And I was a little nervous about sending the money, thinking, oof, what happens if it just goes poof? So anyways, that's how I had to do it. And then I got the coins. I got Bitcoin on Kraken and transferred across the bulk of it to Binance because I liked its system better. So that's what I talked about last night, that Binance is my favorite. But I spent all day today trying to get more money into Binance. And I don't know what it is with these cryptocurrencies. They do not want to deal with Canadian banks. So I spent today, it says now Binance takes fiat currency, but when you go into the options of what fiat currency you want to transfer in, Canadian dollars are not one. What do they have against Canadians? Don't they know we're lovable? We're really nice people. But no, it seems like all the cryptocurrencies kind of shun away from Canada. I think it's because Canada has the 5 big banks and they kind of like rule the roost around here and tell people what they can and can't invest in. And I tried Coinbase back before and even looked at it again today. Most of these crypto exchanges, as soon as you have a Canadian credit card, you try and supposedly put money onto one of these crypto exchanges with a credit card. Nope, sorry. Credit card denies it every time. I tried 2 or 3 different credit cards back in the day. And no, and I researched it. It's no different now. Binance says you can use this. Binance says you can use a credit card. Binance will only accept US dollars, which is a pain if you've got a bank in Canada and your currency is Canadian and you're trying to transfer there in US. You know it's going to get screwed up and get denied because it's not the right currency. So I found out, now this is probably not a problem for Americans, so most of my viewers are American, so go ahead and just put it on Binance if you can do it that way. But if you are having problems, do what I'm going to suggest to my Canadian viewers now. Find one of these new upstart cryptocurrency exchanges that are desperate for new clients because they will eliminate all your fees, no deposit fees, no withdrawal fees, no nothing. And the one I'm going to suggest to people today is Newton for Canadians. It's a Canadian one. Let me just pull it up here. So this is Newton. And today I just put 2,000 Canadian dollars on there just to see, because again, I don't like throwing money on a brand new thing. I researched it and found out Newton is super fast and super quick about getting money on. And the guy I was reading about said you probably can have your account up in 5 minutes. And I got to say he lied, because I was up in 3. It was that easy. You get on here, you create an account. All they ask for was my first name, my last name, my address, and my cell phone number. And they need the cell phone number because they have to send you a bunch of approval codes or whatever for the 2-factor authorization, which makes complete sense. I mean, you're putting real money across the internet here. They want to make sure you can't get hacked easily. So you have, your passwords and stuff, and then you have your 2-factor authentication where they send you a secret code, or you can use the Google app there to. The Google Authenticator app. But anyways, nonetheless, no photo ID needed. Usually in the past when I did the Kraken one, I think I had to scan in my passport or something. Like they wanted all sorts of information. They wanted to know where I worked and the addresses of my work, my extension at my work. It was like, why? I'm just giving you money to put onto a crypto exchange. Anyway, didn't happen. So I had the account open in about 1 minute. I couldn't believe they weren't asking for scans of my driver's license or something. And then funding, add funds. So go here. Look at this, e-transfer, an email transfer. So what you do is you go on here, you say, well, if you went back here, you'd say add funds. You'd say by e-transfer. And then it says how much. So if I clicked on this, it would say how much. This time I said $2,000. I said $2,000. It sent it to my email saying that Newton was requesting $2,000. My email is set up that my bank, which is Scotiabank, defaults as my bank. It says, do you want to continue using Scotiabank or a different bank? I said Scotiabank. And it says, do you want to approve this $2,000 transfer to Newton? I said, yes. And within 2 minutes, it was in my account. As you can see here, $2,000 Canadian is in my account. Now, I haven't bought a coin yet. The only downside, and this might be the same with, I don't know, Robinhood or any of these ones that let you get on real quick, is you don't have the ample selection of coins like you do on Binance. I wish Binance was one of the options because I'd go crazy and just keep adding more money. Every time I got paid, I'd buy more Binance or Vechain, which we're going to talk about tonight. But as you can see, there's a very limited supply here. So I would either go with Bitcoin or Ethereum. I think Ripple's a big, Ripple off. It was up 29.24% in the last 24 hours. So even if I was a Ripple lover, which I'm not going to buy a coin when it's up 29% in 24 hours. So that isn't even an option. Stellar, I don't know anything about. I guess Bitcoin Cash might be okay. Anyways, you get my point. You're probably going to just put your money in Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then you're going to want to transfer to Binance. And again, this company's great because they don't have any fees to deposit. They don't have any fees to withdrawal. So I can see what I would do in the future when I want to get money back to my account, my bank account here for some reason. I would transfer it from Binance to Newton and then transfer it out by e-transfer, just like I put in, to my account, to my normal banking account. Isn't that easy? Isn't that great? So anyways, for those Americans, there's probably simple solutions like this as well. Find those smaller ones. Maybe they don't have the selection of coins. They just want to have customers. And they'll be like, we're waiving every fee. And from what I've read, when you buy here, the spread's really good. The fees are really low. So buying Bitcoin or Ethereum isn't going to cost me an arm and a leg. So there's no catch here. And I just couldn't believe I had money on a cryptocurrency that I could have bought right today, Ethereum or something. But as you can see, everything went up a lot in the last 24 hours, including Vechain. So anyways, and that's another point. One thing, don't be like me, I said, because when I started my Binance account, I just started my Binance account. I just said, well, go on Binance.com, create an account, do all that stuff, which I remember being a lot harder than Newton here. And then I started buying coins. So I'm paying full fare for my fees. So when I got on to, let's go to my Binance here, I found out there's a referral link service. So I can refer other people. And the way it defaults, look at here, it says default. The default is you give a referral code and you get 20% of the person that you referred's fees to you. But I did read that you can actually change that. And sure enough, you can say generate your own link up here. So I went in and generated the link that says, no, I'll get 10% because they won't let you get 0%. But they said you can give 5% or you can give 10% because I'm only the lowest referral rate is 20%. So I switched it to 10. So I put a referral link down below. So when you sign up through that link, you forever and ever and ever and ever get 10% of your fees back. Now I obviously get 10% too, but you got to think, well, if I don't get it and you don't get it, then they're getting it. So either Binance is going to keep all the fees or we have a win-win where you win and I win. So I mean, it's pretty good. It's like way better than the Amazon affiliate codes. Because with my Cruising Off Duty channel, I did have a bunch of affiliate codes for Amazon. But as you always hear from people on YouTube, my Amazon links affiliate codes are down below. It helps the channel. And that's great. A lot of viewers who really love a channel will say, sure, I'll buy through your affiliate link, even though I get no benefit out of it. But picture if this person said, go to my Amazon affiliate link where you're going to get 10% off every purchase you make forever if you use my affiliate link. People will be like, damn, sign me up. So that's what I'm talking about here. And then going back to Newton for a second, they actually have a referral thing too. Or is it referrals? Now it's not 10% for the rest of your life in fees rebated to you. It's really just $25. So if you go through the referral link, which I'll have in the description for Newton, if you're a Canadian, you get $25 just for trading $50. So that's like a 50% rate of return on your money right away. So if you just put $50 in and buy $50 of Bitcoin or Ethereum, you're going to get $25 and I will get $25. But that's it. I don't get any more money after that. I mean, that's fine. It's a win-win for all of us. Again, if you don't use a referral code, then they just get all the fees. So, might as well take the free money when you can get it. Anyways, I just thought I'd mention that because I still think Binance is the best once you get your money and your crypto coins on there, it's the best. And another reason why Newton and something why I wouldn't just leave it here. You notice it's very bare bones here. There's no staking or earning or interest or any of that stuff. And I think the Americans have better. I think Webull and all these other ones, they do give you interest. There's a bunch of ones that Americans can get their money on quicker and they can get interest. So Newton again is it's like an on-ramp to the highway of crypto. You get your money in here, you get your basic crypto here, and then you transfer it to somewhere where your crypto is treated a little better, and that would be Binance. Because as we talked about, and if you haven't already looked at my episode yesterday, you go into Earn here on Binance, go into Binance staking products, and there you go. There's 53 locks things you can lock up for 15 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Look at this. If you had the 1-inch coin, which I've heard of, and it seems like a good project, you're getting 47.79% annual return on your 1-inch. I mean, these numbers are insane all the way down the line. I mean, now I feel like, geez, I'm only getting 14.9% on my Binance, actually, I'm locked for 60 days, 16.49. I was giving myself pats on the back and doing backflips when I heard I was getting 16.5%. But now I realize if I had some of these other coins, which I do actually have ADA, so I could be getting 21.79% on that. Oh, it's weird. Again, 29.79% for 15 days. And you move to 30 days. You think you get more. Nope. 5%. What's 60? 7.79%. 9.9 or 32% for 90 days. Same thing happened earlier on yesterday's episode when I picked, what did I pick yesterday? Was it DOT? Yes, DOT. 37.79% for 15 days. Every other most coins, the longer you lock in with them, the more interest rate you get. And then it drops to 12.79 if you go to 30 days. Does that make any sense? Anyways, all I can think of is that there's a dire need for coins now, and they only need it for 15 days. After that, the demand wanes a bit. So it is what it is. But that's why I say go to Binance. Not only do they have the best technical trading view graphic charts, but they have the best earning and the most coins that you can earn with. Anyways, enough of that. So let's talk about Vechain. Look at this bad boy. Okay, so this is Vechain versus the US dollar. Now, when I talked to you yesterday, it was about here. I was talking Binance, and I was like, yeah, but Vechain's my second favorite one. I swear the minute I stopped recording, it started going up and up and up. If I zoom in, you'll really see it. These are hour-long ticks. So these are, maybe it was here when I was doing the Binance one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so that's about the time. Somewhere around here is when I finished yesterday's episode. And I did say at that episode, the next one would be Vechain. And now I'm like, damn, I wish I'd done Vechain yesterday. Some people might have gone in down here. So as you can see, I do some trends, some trend lines to see when things break. And you can definitely see when, let's say Vechain, use this example. It's got an upper trend line here. It keeps bouncing its head off the top of this trend line, but it finally breaks it. Look at this. It finally breaks above this line. I'll bring it across. Look at the volume spike. Is that insane? I mean, this is technical analysis at its best. When things break through support or they break above resistance, you know it's real. You know it's going to go far when the volume spikes. Oh, I think I'm blocking myself. Let me get rid of me. Sorry about that. So when you see it go through this trend line, the volume spikes there. I was actually blocking that. You couldn't see it. You're probably like, Craig, what the hell are you talking about? Anyways, so that tells you that there's some room to run. So once that happened, you knew it was off to the races, at least for a little while, and then you find a new trend line. So this is more of a consolidation here. As you can see, it's gone up a lot. I mean, it went all the way from 3 cents, so 3.6 cents, all the way up to 9.8 cents in literally 2 weeks. That's pretty damn good. But then it has to kind of like breathe a bit. Like fine wine, it's got to breathe. So it just kind of chops back and forth. But as you can see, it's a tightening and tightening range. This is like a coiled spring that's being pushed together, and it's going to pop. It's either going to pop down or it's going to pop up. And when it does, you'll know it's going to run for a while, especially again when the volume spikes up. So now it's off to the races, and this is what I'm going to talk about tonight. This is an amazing utility coin in terms of it's the only one doing this. Most other coins have a competitor or 10 that are doing the exact same thing. Like, you explain to me how Ripple is any better than Bitcoin, or how Litecoin is any better than Bitcoin. They're all a store of value. They're all like, the next digital gold. If you're going to get digital gold, go for the best, get Bitcoin. Don't get Litecoin. Don't get Ripple, in my mind. But there's other coins that have a purpose. Like yesterday's was Binance. Binance with their smart chain. So many people are switching away from Ethereum's smart chain to Binance. They're gaining customers hand over fist. I won't be surprised if by the end of this year on the coin market cap. So now that I have it up, as you can see, Binance coin is third in market cap, $85 billion. It's got a little ways to go. You're like, oh, come on, Craig. Ethereum's $265 billion. But Ethereum's having all sorts of trouble. Until they come out with Ethereum 2.0, they're going to lose customers. And the volume is already starting to get closer and closer, and therefore the market cap is getting closer and closer. I think by the end of the year, Binance will exceed Ethereum. They're going to have a better smart chain. They have the best cryptocurrency exchange. They have so many customers. And if Coinbase is worth $150 billion, which we'll find out tomorrow when they have their IPO, if Coinbase is worth $150, then Binance, who is by far, 4 times their size, is worth 4 times $150 billion, which will make it $380 billion. That's about $100 billion more than Ethereum. So there you go. Binance, again. But let's talk about Vechain today. Vechain is over here. So there's tons of websites that you go on Google and say, what is Vechain? And you'll find all sorts of little ma and pa websites that have created that, people that like Vechain. But the one that seems the most professional and has the most up-to-date thing, I don't know if it's even owned by Vechain. It's called VechainInsider.com. And so you can go everything you need to know about Vechain. Okay, so Cole's notes here. Vechain is a just-in-time inventory sort of thing tracker. They put a chip on all these products, and then they can track it. And every time it gets scanned, it goes into the blockchain. And those ledgers are kept forever. So think of all the things anyways, we're going to talk about the customers that are using it, but Vechain, that is the whole point of Vechain, is it's Vechain consists of 2 coins, Vechain and VTHO. So Vechain is an inventory management coin. And that main coin, their currency is called Vechain. And that's the main coin. And then when you stake Vechain, you get the gas coin, which is called VTHO. VTHO is what people who want to use the service will spend VTHO to have their products tracked. Vechain is sort of like the ownership of the blockchain itself. So you earn VTHO if you own VET. And VTHO can just be sold off. If you're like me and you have Vechain coin staked, I get VTHO. I can just sell the VTHO because I'm never going to use the VTHO myself. I'm not tracking inventory, right? I'm not a business. So I just sell it. So I make profit off of the VTHO just showing up in my account by me owning VET. So there you go. But what happens is there's nodes. It's similar to what we talked about in Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these other ones. There's nodes. But now instead of nodes being just random people, nodes can be based on who has the most Vechain. So if you have 15 million Vechain, you can be a master node. If you've got 5 million, you can be a thunder node. And if you got 1 million, you can be a strength node. Once you're a node, you make more VTHO. See, I'm just a Joe Blow who has some Vechain, so I get VTHO when I stake it, but I'm getting the lowest percentage of VTHO. If I wanted to put it on a separate Vechain wallet instead of on Binance, and I had enough coins, let's say I had more than 1 million Vechain coins, which really isn't that much because as we said, it's 15 cents right now. You then can become a strength node, which means you'll get additional VTHO for your staking your coins. That's one thing that's neat about this. Now I just want to jump right ahead to this part. Because what you're like, okay, Craig, inventory management, just-in-time inventory, being able to track things second to second where it is. And even these chips they put on are not only good for just tracking where something is and putting it on the blockchain so everybody can see where it is. This chip can even sense temperature if they put the right chip on it. So you can say if this food that's being tracked, in a refrigerated 18-wheeler has kept its temperature the whole time. So this chip will keep track of all this stuff. And then the next time it's scanned through, it uploads all that information into the blockchain. Is that insane? That's great, isn't it? So now this whole salmonella and whatever isn't as big a deal. And this has been used by, let me just get down here. Here's the strategic partners. DNV, these strategic partners are the biggest partners. I guess they put more money into Vechain. Global operating provide audited certificate services, confirming organizations meeting requirements, blah, blah, blah. I don't exactly know what DNV does, but I know what Pricewaterhouse does. They're a accounting firm. They're one of the biggest auditors in the world for IBM, Ford. They're tracking stuff with Vechain, the National Research Council. You're going to see a lot of Chinese companies here because Vechain started in China. And there's more, that's an important point because it's actually a good thing. Vita, China Holdings, a lot of these places will be big producers of product. They want to track all their stuff to see how long it's taking to get there, to see if their shippers are doing what they say they're going to do, how long is it sitting in the yard before it actually gets on a train or a truck, all good stuff. The China National Level Partnership, Direct Imported Goods, China Unicom, BMW. Some of these names we won't know because we're not in this inventory management type of thing. Some people who watch this might know it, but BMW. Now this one's another one. So BMW will be able to track all the parts that go into the cars. Where are they? Why are they taking so long? Why it was supposed to be here yesterday and it's not here? Go on the blockchain. Where was it last scanned? Okay, now you can know who to get mad at. Why is my part not here? It's just very, very cool. LVMH, which I first didn't know what that was until I read Louis Vuitton. So all these high-end bags and high-end products that get copied in China. This is the way that they're going to know from now on what's a real Louis Vuitton bag versus some knockoff, because there's going to be that little chip embedded in there that's going to track everywhere it's ever been in the supply chain. And if it goes missing, they're going to know exactly where it went missing. A Group Renault, so that's Renault, the car company, one of the biggest car companies in the world. Whatever that is, I'm assuming, it's China. I was Fang Huang, so whoever that is and whatever. I could read, you could freeze the frame if you really want to read each one of these people. But the list of massive companies and state-run Chinese companies going on and on and on and on and on and on. It just goes on and on. So you can see Vechain is being adopted already. And you got to think about the crypto blockchain world. It hasn't been really hitting the ground running for very long. It's maybe a couple of years now that it's really been taking off. And there's already so many companies here. You can read all about them if you want to spend the next hour. You get my point. Now, I was talking about why is this good that they're Chinese. Right now, the Chinese government has told their citizens they're not allowed to own any cryptocurrencies. But the Chinese government, as you know from the last episode, has created their own cryptocurrency called the digital yuan. And they're making people get electronic wallets for these digital yuan. So they are letting them use cryptocurrency, but it has to be state-sanctioned cryptocurrency, right? Well, Vechain originated in China. Now they have tons of other world partners and people using it. So it's not a China-only company, but that's where it started. That's where the founders were from. So if there's going to be a company that's going to get the blessing of the Chinese government that, okay, well, here's the coins you now can invest in, guaranteed Vechain's going to be one of them. And when whatever 6 billion Chinese people are allowed to invest in only a handful of coins, and one of them is Vechain, and it has this track record of probably massive profitability, H&M, there's a name I recognize, Vechain is going to go exponential. So let's go back to, it's already gone exponential, but let's go back more historically. Let's go back to where it's been. Now, it's funny because you see this flat line over here and go, oh, Craig, it really wasn't doing much. That's only because these numbers got squished down so much by it exploding over here. If I actually move the chart over, you'll see it actually was moving a lot. It's just that when you move all the way to the right side of the chart and the numbers get exponentially bigger, these little numbers down here, which were rising at a high percent, like when you go from 3 cents to 6 cents, that's 100% gain, right? But when you squeeze it way back here on the left side of the chart, it doesn't look that impressive. But it's gone up huge. Now, here's the thing. You say, okay, it's gone up huge, but so have all cryptocurrencies, Craig. Come on. A blind monkey could throw a dart and hit a cryptocurrency that made money in the last 2 years. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So let's compare it to the granddaddy, the OG, the original cryptocurrency. Let's go against Vechain versus Bitcoin. And what do you see? If Vechain was growing at the same rate as Bitcoin, it would be a flat line straight across the thing, or it would be maybe a wobbly line straight across the chart. It's not. It's going up. So as you can see, it's gone from the beginning of the year. Where's the beginning of the year? God, back here. Start of 2021's right here. It was trading at, oh God, so many decimal points, 0.0000000058 of a Bitcoin. So it's gone up probably, it's now at 252. So it's gone up 5 times, 500% versus Bitcoin. Not versus the dollar, which we know is losing purchasing power by the hour, but against Bitcoin, which everybody would say, oh, if I'd only bought Bitcoin 6 months ago, I'd be so much more rich. Okay, so you already know Bitcoin's going like this, and Vechain's going like this at an even higher rate. So yeah, whew, it's exciting stuff. So this is my second favorite coin behind Binance. I think if it was flipped and Binance was paying me 1.1% staking, and the VTHO is they give me also VTHO, which is about, I think, 4%. You know, it's kind of hard to get excited about 1.5% or 4% rate of return. I mean, when you compare it to today's bonds, it doesn't sound too bad. But when you compare it to Binance, where I can stake my Binance coin, I get a reduction in fees by having Binance on there. I can get ICOs by going in the launch pad at Binance, and Binance is growing fast, just like VeChain's chart. It's amazingly exponential. But it's also giving me 16.5% more Binance coins. I was like, damn, should I put more money in VeChain or should I put more money in Binance? Well, Binance just won the tug of war based on the coins I keep earning every day by owning Binance. But I'm telling you, there's a lot to be said about VeChain. It's impressive. So there you go. Hopefully you found this entertaining and informative. If so, show the channel some love by giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any future episodes. There's going to be a lot more about cryptocurrencies. We're going to talk about staking different coins. The next coins I'm going to talk about, I don't know which order. I own Polkadot. I own Cardano. Those are also good coins to get into. They're in the top large cap, I guess, the top 10 coins. And then we might get into some smaller, lesser known coins that, haven't really taken off as much as the rest because they are kind of underappreciated. We'll get into those later. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. Until next time, this is Craig signing off, wishing you wealth and health. Let's more emphasis on the health these days than the wealth, but let's have both. All right. Ciao for now.